It is a warm fall day, and my truck is in here one more time. I got some nice tie rod ends. I'm going to replace both tie rods and my drag link. See, my thought is if I have to do a front end alignment, I might as well have a brand new front end, because I've already done ball joints, I've already done wheel bearings, might as well finish the rest. So I'm going to knock this out. Oh, and a steering box. So yeah, all brand new. Let's get after it. I'm going to go ahead and measure my brake rotors so I know how wide it is so I can set my toe back. 66 and a hair over 7/8. So that's my measurement, 66 and 7/8 with just a hair over. My understanding is this is the upgraded style. There's a Y and a T style. I don't know, the letters don't make any sense because one of them looks like a Y, but the other doesn't look like a T. What I'm going to do, I've got this whole tie rod dropped. I'm going to go ahead and drop the shock off, pull the tie rod out. I can replace it out here. This drag link looks right. It's the lower drag link. I did forget to get the piece to go, is the piece that goes in the pitman arm. I'll get that and swap that. That's a piece of cake. Drag link just adjusts how my steering wheel is centered, which it's completely not right now. It's kind of like driving like this is straight instead of like this. I'm going straight. Anyway, that's minor. The tie rods is what requires a front end alignment. So that's the most important part. I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but I'm gonna find out. I am no expert when it comes to this, so my advice is just don't screw up. And if I do something wrong, let me know. My parts guy failed me. I don't have the right side. I kind of need that. Just looked on Rock Auto. It's like $75 for a Delphi part. These are all TRW parts, but they're all on closeout. Couldn't find the TRW. I don't know why I didn't get 4 pieces knowing I needed 4. Sometimes the old brain just doesn't work. Lots of Croil. You got it soaking with Croil. Let me loosen that up. The drag link went super well. This one, not so much. Gummit. Vice. Get tight. Quit moving. All right, let's try this again. Gummit. All right. All right. Maybe it won't move, but it probably will. Nope. Just slightly tight. I got an idea. Tell me if you think this is wrong or dirty. Since I don't have this entire piece because I screwed up and this is stuck, maybe I'll just take this to the alignment shop and say, hey, I need this aligned, which means I'll have to break this loose. I've got it soaking in Croil, so it should be pretty good by then. I might just leave this in the shop overnight, let it soak. I've only one time had Croil not break something loose, and that was a 2-inch receiver hitch on buddy of mine's. Remember Jeff the welder? He had an old Ford, I had my half-ton Dodge. He said his Ford is better than my Dodge. So we couldn't get that receiver hitch out. Soaked it in Kroll for a week. And then we hooked the two trucks together and I drug him all around his property. I won. But it still never came out. So that's how welded in that was with rust. I was pulling his truck around with no pin. While the truck is at the shop, I'm going to go work on the boat because I've got to get it all done. I bought the Raymarine Element even though I wanted the Axiom. I bought the 9-inch Raymarine Element because it was on a heck of a deal. I couldn't pass it up. It was like 50% off or something like that at West Marine. When I got it, it looked like it had been returned because it was wrapped up in West Marine tape. It's been a whole deal of its own because I don't have a gasket for it. I'm waiting on that. I didn't have any charts with it, even though they were supposed to come with it. It's been one thing after another. So this boat, literally, this year has been awful. It's been my unicorn this year. So I've got the Raymarine, I've got charts, I've got all that. I'm going to go install my dash because it's getting a whole new dash. So I'm going to install the dash and a handful of switches that still work. A fuel filter. I'll probably bring a new fuel filter. I think that's it. I've got registration on it already. Yeah, that's it. So next I've got to go do boat work. And here's my new dash for the boat. It's just a piece of starboard and then I've got some holes drilled. I'll use the holes so I know where to put my screws as I screw the whole thing in. It should hold plenty of even pressure. It's not totally flat. It's got a little V shape. I put a little V shape on the starboard. This part right here is what's getting the new dash installed. You can see why. This here is what the state had. I'm assuming this was the original piece, then this was an add-on. This boat is a very cheap project boat. Well, let me rephrase that. This boat was intended to be cheap. This boat is not cheap. I'm gonna put this new dash on and then start taking these bits and pieces off of here and installing them on the new dash. If this product was designed by somebody who actually used tools, you would know the battery stops this from even being useful. Yep, can't hit it. Useless. There's two more things I don't have. The manual and a printer at the house to print them. Mainly because I threw the printer in the fire pit.
That's because it was broken.
Yeah, it was dumb. So, I've got on the website and I've got the measurements. So this is going to be really fun because I need a 1.42 inch hole saw for my corners, which they don't make one, they make an 1.5 inches. So I'm going to have an 1.5 inch corner, but I know from edge to edge, it's 10.59 inches, which is pretty daggone close to 10 in 1932. And top and bottom is 5.74 inches, which is, you know, pretty much 5 3/4. So I'm going to wing this and hope I don't screw up this king starboard. But if I do, it's only 12 bolts and another $75 for another piece of starboard. What's money? I've got my first hole drilled. So now I'm moving over. This mark is the edge of where I need the hole. This is about 8 inches up from the bottom. I didn't measure it, but the center of that is about 8 inches up from the bottom. So puts me about there and about there and hole number 2, and outside to outside, if I'm right, they should be just over 10.5 inches. I'm an inch short. That sucks. Now if we look, we're about 10.5. I love it when a plan comes together. So in an effort to get this straight, I got my straight edge sitting here on the bottom, and I marked lines from either side down. So now I just gotta get my bottom. Let me see if I can make Swiss cheese out of this and do it right. Thought I could do it without removing the wheel at the helm. I couldn't. Maybe I should have just done it right in the first place. Live and learn, or that's life here at Rooster's Garage. We screw it up until we do it right. All right, all 4 holes are drilled. 5. Who asked you? Now I just got to play a nice little game called Connect the Dots. Haha! Me and my hacksaw did that. It's a little rough. Sorry, I'm having to do all this alone. It fits. Look how good that looks. A little bit of movement. I mean, it's not terrible. Look at it. It's so pretty. Oh, this makes me so happy. Now I've got to run power to it and run my transducer and then mount my transducer. So, you know, all that fun stuff. I just got back from the alignment shop. My truck is now fully aligned. So, interesting story. Both my old tie rods are still on there. I was waiting on my passenger side. It came in today. I called the shop and I said, hey, my passenger side tie rod is in. And I said, I can drive it up there if you want and you can swap it out. And they said, well, let me check. It was already on the rack. And they said, there's no reason. They said, we don't even know why you want to change them. They're so tight. There's no looseness at all in them. So I guess I'll wait. I've got a few spots where I couldn't mount my Ray Marine in, mainly this side where that is, and I cut some over there. And then on this side, I was mounting the mercury gauge, but I had to round this out a little bit more and open it up a little bit so it could actually fit. Yay, this crappy thing is finally out of here. For now, I just got to get this thing going for tomorrow. We were going to leave tonight, but I was talking to Patty and she said she'd feel better if we left tomorrow. So that gives me a little more time, considering that it's, you know, like 6:30 right now, something like that. So I've got 3 switches, horn, bilge, and nav lights. It's only circuits that work on this boat. All right, here it is. This is everything. Here's my 3 circuits. I still got to wire these 3 circuits up, but I took the best switches. Even got the better horn switch. That works. Right now, the boat will start, will run. It's out of the water, there's no gas in it, so I mean, it will crank over. Got to wire this up, wire these up, figure out some labeling system on this starboard because nothing wants to stick. So yeah, gonna work on it some more. Mosquitoes are starting to eat me, so I probably won't be out here much longer, but the wheel's gonna go back on helm, and I'll start buttoning this up. All right, I'm calling it a night. I'm getting all the tools picked up. The bugs are killing me. I'll resume this when I can and get this thing ready to go. I'm doing one more thing before I put it up for the night. I've got this old yellow top Optima, a 2017 battery. This came out of my truck a couple winters ago. It didn't have the juice to fire it up during the winter. It's not dead. I can't stand throw something away. It still got juice. It still holds at 12.8. So the battery on the boat is like kaput. It has a hard time even firing this little boat up. So my thought is, just because 2 of these couldn't fire up a 6.7 liter diesel, one of them should fire up a 200 Optimax with no issues. Plus it's yellow top, so I can run the Ray Marine and deep cycle it a little bit. I've got the solar panel to keep it charged. I think I'm good. That's why I'm changing it now, because the solar panel is not pulling any power in. Here's the pain in the butt when you've got solar powered. You've got to cover up the panels so they stop bringing power in, because if you unhook it, then you start overloading the circuits because the power can't go anywhere. A brand new battery that's 2 years older than the one I just pulled out. Yep, that's how we do it around here. Solar charge controller reconfigured for a gel. Yep, now it works. So everything is back to working, and I'll resume this next time I can. Got the boat loaded, got almost 54 gallons of fresh gas in it, got fuel additive, truck's loaded, all the camping stuff in here. going to meet friends at the lake. Fingers crossed the boat will start because I just put gas in it and then jumped on the interstate headed to the boat ramp. So
tell your wives to cross their fingers too, because if this doesn't work, Rooster may not be able to produce any more videos for you anymore.
She's gonna kill me! Here we are aboard the boat that runs.
Yay!
It just literally fired right up, so that's awesome. So yeah, got our Raymarine charts going. Looks like we don't have any depth data for this area of the river. That's fine. We're making it as we go. We've been out on the boat. We've been fishing a little bit. Mainly, he's been fishing. And I've just been showing him how to fish. So we're back. We're gonna make some dinner, some chicken and taters and Dutch oven tonight. So, yep. Are we anchored?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Not well, no.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna look at it. Raymarine shut down. Raymarine's are doing good. The motor's doing good. We did hit a stick. It's got a little vibration. I just checked the prop. I didn't see anything wrong, so I'm not sure.
It was a big log.
Okay, it was a big log. Anyway, all right. See you later.
Cam! I'll save you! No! No, I won't. It's cold. Let me in!
I fish touched my foot.
What the?
Or was that seaweed? I don't know.
How is it, boys?
Go, hurry. It's just a little cold.
Hey, I'm because dual. Oh.
Oh, you doing it?
I thought you guys. Then go. I don't want you to push me.
Okay. It's just a little cold.
The boys are swimming all the way out there. About there to get one of those sticks. There's so much trash over there.
Hi.
Hi.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's 73. We got a little fish CPR going for the dead fish that they found.
I got it first and I threw it back in.
Whoa! I'm making his mouth go in and out.
Oh yeah, you're squeezing his mouth.
Why are you squeezing his gills?
All right, we are back from our wonderful trip where we were camping and boating, and even though there was a little bit of tragedy, pictures are here and here and here. Anyway, he hit a log, the prop hit it, the prop caught it, slammed it up, broke his lower, so he's out of commission for a bit. This boat actually, surprisingly, ran with no issues whatsoever. It was amazing. Now that it ran, we need some fishing rod holders because we want to be able to hold fishing rods. Thinking of some places that we're going to put some rod holders. These are some $5 Walmart things because this is basically the redneck boat. I've been deciding if I want 2 or 3 on each side, but the boat has decided for me. I only get 2 on each side. So any more rod holders that I get will not be flush mounts because I can't run drains or anything. This is the only spot I can do these deck mounts. The rest will be rocket launchers along my T-top. I got a lot more angle to hit. Looking pretty good. Pretty dang close.
Yeah, pretty close.
Okay. So the one thing that we noticed, and I was curious about this, is how much this would stick out. So it won't be quite a 45. We'll angle it back a little bit more to tuck that back in. I've got a family, and this is more than just like a fishing boat. So I'll make a few sacrifices on this one. All right, There's one side. I'll just do repeat on the other. We've got this mounted. Screws are in. I'm gonna let this sealant cure, and then I'll come and I'll just kind of set the screws where they really need to be. You know, now here we are in October, and I'm just getting ready for fishing season, which seems ridiculous, but it's all right. It's all right. We'll get them. All right. Anything you want to say, buddy? All right. Well, that's enough for this. I don't know what we'll be doing next, but we'll catch you next time.